All right, all right. I am here with Baba Sam, and we're going to be talking about some really cool and really important points to help you just skyrocket where you want to go. So I'm going to let you, Baba, really quickly introduce yourself, and then we're going to get into some really kick-ass stuff and how people can take their whole lives and business and career, work, everything to a whole new level. Really briefly, tell us who you are, what you do.
Yeah, so really briefly, I'm Baba Sam, the Miracle Man. I got that name after my first book because I was a sick, disabled man for 38 years. I had multiple sclerosis, bipolar, migraines. I had all this stuff. So I call all this stuff that I had in my head the head trash. So I help people throw out that head trash. So my business is beyond head trash, going beyond these limiting thoughts and really diving into our soul, spirit, consciousness, that greater essence of you. So that's where I help people is get out of this junk and dive into our heart.
I love that. And with someone as someone with, previously a ton of head trash before, to your point, learning how to get past that, just the head trash it kills us. It holds us back. It prevents us. It demotivates us. It screws with our confidence. And we're literally, with what we let run in our brain, we're literally programming ourselves as well. We're programming ourselves further, as you know. What is the most important thing people need to know about head trash and getting rid of the head trash, Baba?
Yeah, the biggest discovery for me, because I was bipolar and I had all these thoughts, but when I saw this psychiatrist for 17, 18 years, he never once said to me, "Why are your thoughts true?" So I think when we have this head trash, we have to have this self-inquiry. We have all these stories, all these limitations, and we have to ask ourselves, why is this true? Or why am I taking this true? So you take that true, and then your life is a mess because you don't have the right skills, you have imposter syndrome, you have all sorts of issues that you're going through. But if you just can get rid of all that stuff, by learning to be present in this moment, a lot of people aren't even aware what present means,
True.
that you're either in the mind or you're aware that you're sitting right now. You know where your feet are. That's presence.
Versus being off and, well, I gotta get the laundry done later. I gotta go take that. I gotta go to Costco to buy this thing, and I gotta get this done. I hope this doesn't work. And my money in the bank account, I shouldn't have spent money on that. Yeah, all the minutia of the crazy making and being in the crazy tree, as I call it, when I'm in the crazy tree. Now, what are some of the benefits of getting rid of the head trash? What does it help people actually do? Why would they care, so to speak? What does that do?
Well, well, it's really to eliminate the stress, the overwhelm, burnout. It's really the overwhelm. Like I was completely overwhelmed and stressed with life. I didn't know where to go. The mind was saying to do this, to think about this, to think about this, and and then when I woke up, it's like, what's going to go wrong today? Because I had all these health challenges. So I was always asking what's going to go wrong. That was a self-fulfilling prophecy because you're always in that mindset.
Focusing
So
on
that's
it, yeah.
really what it is. When you're head trash, you're in this loop that each day is repeating the next. So that's why you really want to break the head trash because you don't want to keep repeating yesterday, especially if it wasn't a good day.
Well, fair. Fair. Like Groundhog Day, right? That Bill Murray movie, Groundhog, same day every day. And to your point, most people are reliving that with, behaviors, patterns, head and mindset, head trash, and I think the head trash keeps them there and keeps them stuck and prevents them from moving forward or taking actions or going a different way or taking risk or whatever it is, having the confidence to do something, whether it's in your business, in your work, in your relationships, in your dating, in your health, whatever it is, that head trash, it's not going to work for you, or you can't do it, or it'll never work, or you're just going to put the pounds back on, whatever that head trash is. I think at least for me, it was a major, major limiting factor getting in the way of achieving my dating, my confidence, my health as well, achieving anything. Because that little voice, that gremlin, if you will, that head trash, which came from from bullies, from me, from the media, culture, religion, parents, society, grandparents, everything. It was constantly demotivating me, constantly telling me the opposite of what I wanted, and causing me to focus on the wrong things. And again, self-fulfilling prophecy. You get what you focus on.
Yeah, absolutely. You get your focus on you. If you're in this repeating pattern, you definitely want to change your focus. Like, really, what's important here? When the mind starts to quiet down, then you say, okay, this is important, this is important, this is important, as opposed to mind saying these 20 things are all important, and you're scattered all over the place and nothing gets accomplished.
Fair, exactly. And that's the thing. Nothing gets accomplished. You don't move forward or take action. You just never mind. At least for me, anyways, it was just so overwhelming to have all this stuff going on in my head, all the voices, all the blah blah blah. You're not good enough. It's not going to work. They're not like you. She's not going to like you. They're not going to hire you. He's not going to buy from you. all this nonsense. So how can people stop the head trash? What are some key pieces that allows people to stop that head trash, Baba?
Yeah, the mind's always thinking, so we have to realize the mind's always creating thoughts, but it's how we react and respond to those thoughts.
Mm.
So the first step is building awareness, the awareness first by learning to be present. Because when I had that meditation practice, I always thought that meditation means you stop thinking. Then, like, no, the mind's always thinking. So I say, mind thinking, stop thinking, mind thinking, stop thinking. So my personal, I was in this loop of chasing thoughts with more thoughts.
Hmm.
So what I learned to do was mind thinking, where are my feet? Where are my hands? Where am I sitting? And
Hmm.
just coming back into this moment. So it's just really about being present because when you're present, you're more focused. If you're in all these stories, you're definitely not focused, you're scattered. So it's really the first step is awareness and presence. Then the mind will naturally quiet down. Then you'll have these more insights, more gut reactions that this is what I need to do. Then you can start to get that little bit of space in your thoughts to say, why am I taking this as my truth? Why am I not good enough? Why am I having this? Why am I an imposter here? Why am I doing this? So you can really start reflecting on yourself.
That I like that a lot, actually. I like that a lot. And I think the awareness is key as well, because otherwise all this stuff just it goes on, and we often sometimes you know it's there, sometimes you don't even know it's there, and if you don't even know there's a fire in your basement, how do you do anything about it without that awareness that the thoughts are there, and the awareness that, okay, I need to quiet these down, bring myself into focus, bring myself into present. Like you said, you feel your feet on the ground, you're being present, you're out of the head and out of the crazy making, you're bringing you into the moment now, which I find allows me to be more creative with people, more present, better conversations, better. People say, Jim, you're such a great listener. Well, I wasn't always a great listener, but to your point, it's that presence, because stopping that head trash and getting rid of it, whatever pattern interrupt or however you want to stop that, uh, helped me immensely shift and change and grow to the man I am now. What are some other strategies that you often recommend to people who really want to get rid of that head trash and stop that negativity, or start focusing on what they want?
Yes, another example, people don't quite understand this, how the mind really runs on an automatic program. And did you ever drive someplace and you don't know how you got there? Because you were so much in the story, your subconscious was driving. So that's how the programming can really derail our life. So without that awareness, that's it all begins with awareness and presence. Then you can reprogram your behaviors and start to isolate things that aren't working for you and really finding those things that work for you. Is it writing? Is it journaling? Is it meditation? Finding those practices that help you to be out of the mind so much and really start to say, okay, this is what I need to focus on. These are my goals, and just trusting yourself on that first step that you can make.
Getting there. Yes, fair. I like that. I like that a lot. What are the consequences if someone doesn't get control of this? We touched on it a little earlier, but what are the overall consequences? Do you find it affects people's relationships, or their health or their work? Like, how is it affecting their actual lives?
Well, from myself, I was always filled with a lot of judgment, a lot of criticism.
Mm.
So this sparked three autoimmune diseases within me, the
Wow.
multiple sclerosis, psoriasis, and arthritis,
Wow.
all from my criticism of self when we don't even realize how that self-talk has that power to the body starts attacking itself. So it creates a lot. So I actually say that head trash is harmful. The mind wants to keep you familiar patterns that are keeping you safe and comfortable, but it's not the best thing for you. So it's really to realize these words are power and your inner dialogue is directing your life. So it's going to affect your relationships, your bank account, your health. Every single aspect in your life is impacted because this mind is programmed by a whole bunch of people they're not even aware of that they've instilled into you and you took as your truth. But we have to say, why is this true for me?
Fair. I like that a lot. That what other piece of advice or education do you typically give to people, and when getting rid of head trash, stopping the head trash, and having them really take control of their life, take control of their minds? Because I think a lot of people don't often don't know that voice. They don't pay attention to it. They don't know the voice is there. If it is, they don't know how to stop it, or how to just become grounded and present, which I mean, would that automatically stop the voice if they just become more present and grounded? And then now, does that help shut that voice? Does it shut it
Yeah,
down?
it gives you space because every time, because you got to realize the mind's always thinking. Every time you're present, you put another gap into the thought stream. The more gaps, the more inner peace. The
Hmm.
more you reduce the stress hormones and chemicals, and you start reducing all of that stuff. But one of the first things that we have to do when you start learning presence is now start learning to trust yourself and not doubting yourself. Self-doubt is really strong with head trash. You're
Yes.
always second guessing yourself. Am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? It prevents inaction. So the first
Yeah.
things I like to work with people is self-trust, trusting yourself that you live in your body, you know what's best for you. Others are guessing what's best for you. I
Fair.
don't know what's best for James. I don't live in your body. But yet we have all these people telling you you need to do all these things.
Fair. Or
But
you
why is
should, you
that true?
shouldn't. This is good. This is bad. You must. You can. You can't. Yeah. Right on.
Yeah, so it's really about reestablishing that self-trust and that confidence that you indeed live in your body. You know what's best for you. You know what's best in your situation. And others, while they may be well-meaning, don't live in your body. They don't have the same perception.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot. And to your point, we always, I don't know, we always, but I find people often they're chasing someone else's dream. They're living someone else's beliefs, programming, the programming we got from culture, school, society, bullies, parents, teachers, grandparents, news, media, all this stuff we should do or have to do or can't do, or what a good girl, a good boy does, and all this crap that creates that head trash. Never mind bullies and people pick on you and trolls on social media and things like that. Um, what would be, just to wrap up, what would be some other thoughts you have for these people? And is there, I guess I'll stop at that. What are some thoughts you have for people around this, and how they can change this? Other than, of course, seeking you out as well, but anything they can do on their own and test on their own.
Right now is just really slow down. And I'd like to tell you this, like, the more you slow down, the more you know, the more you'll accomplish because you're not being distracted. You
Hmm.
can slow down, take in that patience and say, is this the right step for me? Usually we dive headfirst into something without saying, is this the best way to do it? Am I So it's really about slowing down and pausing. We're too much in a rush in society that we have to fix it now, but take a moment and see, is this the best step to take to make that a reality?
I like that. Take a moment and pause and just again have that, get that presence, and is this, and listen to intuition, and by doing this, people say, well, how do I listen to my intuition? By doing this, by getting present and getting out of the head and the head trash and the overthinking, this being present with your heartbeat or your feeling of your feet on the ground or your the sound and feeling of your breathing. I think I find that for me really helps me get present enough to really listen to my intuition, and it never lies. It never lets me down. That's for sure.
Yeah, I follow my intuition completely. People hear my story and I hear my 5 minute a day practice, what I call a daily mental shower of just 5 minutes of just being present. That's my basically my practice. We don't have to spend like hours and hours of meditation
Mm-hmm.
because we're here for the human experience. So I just do 5, 10 minutes of a daily mental shower, just keep myself present.
Yeah.
And that really quiets the mind down. It gives you more insights on what needs to be done for today.
Exactly. I love that. I love that. I love that. And in the last minute or so, any last thoughts, anything I didn't ask that you'd like to share?
No, just to really slow down, believe in yourself, realize that you are greater than your thoughts. That's
Fair
really
enough.
my mission is for people to realize you are greater than your thoughts. Your thoughts are dreaming too small. Your thoughts are always dreaming small, what's comfortable, what's safe, but you need to dream big. And you're here for big things. You're not here to be small, a wallflower on the wall. You're here to make a difference.
Hell yeah, brother. I agree. I completely agree. And you're right. Your thoughts often aren't even yours. They've been put in by something else or someone else. And to your point, you're not your thoughts. So I love that.
Right.
How can people reach you? How can people get a hold of you, connect with you, learn more about you?
Yeah, it's beyondheadtrash.com is my website. And from there, you can find all my links and all my videos. I have hundreds and hundreds of videos out there where I just share that, my practice is very simple. I never had a spiritual teacher. I just realized I didn't, wasn't my thoughts one day. And that was it. And my whole life changed.
I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Beyondheadtrash.com.
Yep, that's where they
Beautiful.
can find me.
Beautiful. Baba Sam, thank you, brother. Appreciate this. And I hope everyone got a lot of value out of this as well.
All right. Thank you, James.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.